Hello everyone, I'm Shaurya Yadav and today I'll be presenting my financial technology final year project for the year 2021-2022. I'll be presenting this project on behalf of my team, which includes my teammate Pavel, as well as under the supervision of Professor Yang Cheng from the Department of Systems Engineering and Engineering Management. So our overall aim for this project was to provide the social media influence and Gen Z traders with an easy to use and intuitive platform for their financial research. So when we did our research, we found out that Hong Kong has the world's highest retail investor participation, where over 50% of the population actually invests in markets, and over 20% of the population were considering entering in the market in 2020 itself. So for the traders which are having less than 18 months of experience, there are gamified platforms like Webull and Futu that serve them. And on the other hand, there are for experienced traders, there are sophisticated platforms that provide them with in-depth analysis like interactive brokers. But we find a gap in the market where the traders that are using gamified platforms will mature in a year or two, and therefore would be requiring more information and more in-depth analysis. So therefore, we want to fill up this gap and want to capture this market. Our solution is based on the idea of providing the same level of intuitiveness like gamified platforms, while also not compromising on the in-depth analysis that would be required by these mature customers. So therefore, let me introduce FinStack, which is an all-in-one solution for retail traders that are leveraging digital platforms as an efficient alternative to financial research. We use signals as a method of research, which measures the power of action. We have divided our platform into three verticals: technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and sentiment analysis. So in your technical analysis, we have pattern searching and also triggers. In our fundamental analysis, we do industry analysis, comparing the stock to the industry averages. And in sentiment analysis, we have social media sentiment. In technical analysis, we have live market data, as well as notification if a pattern is detected. In fundamental analysis, we have the company comparison to industry averages, and we did not just want to settle for financial ratios. Therefore, we want to use alternate data like innovativeness, hiring, diversity, and other factors to create an abstracted fundamental score that can be used to justify your investment decisions. Our technical infrastructure is both cloud hosted, as well as we have developed our in-house analytics and data server. So when the user enters the platform, they log in and their information is authenticated using Google Firebase, where we get the data for the user and then populate all of these fields by communicating with our in-house analytics and data server. So our data server basically is used to stream data. We're mimicking an exchange and getting the tick data from the data server. But since large amount of data would also have to be provided, for example, if you want to show a graph, then therefore tick data would take a lot more time. So therefore we have created a data server API as well that transfers large amount of data in one go, for example, tick level data for 2-3 years. We have an analytical server that uses the tick data from the data server and is used for pattern recognition. So currently it searches for patterns, and we support over eight patterns, and then sends the information to the front-end interface as stock, the location, basically the date range, as well as the pattern name. So our pattern searching algorithm follows 3 steps. First is smoothing the graph using non-parametric kernel regression. Second, finding local maximums and minimums. And then third, taking several extreme points and finding the patterns based on their definition. So as you can see in this graph over here, we have our prices, which have been smoothed, and then the smoothed extrema has been used to find the patterns. Our analytical server also does sentiment analysis, where we get data from 2 social medias, currently Reddit and Twitter, and then it tries to calculate the polarity, subjectivity, sentiment, negative, positive, and compound parameters by applying an AI prepared model. We're using linear regression only right now. And then it compresses the result into a basic 0 to 1 score and provides the information about positive and negative comments in a specific period. Our fundamental analysis determines whether a company is undervalued, fair valued, or overvalued based on a number of metrics. The coefficient shown is from 0 to 1 to show if it's undervalued or overvalued. We have a lot of metrics that we can use, for example, valuation metrics, income statement and balance sheet, and dividend that can be used. And we're also using, as I said, alternate data to show and populate fields on our interface. For our front end, we're actually using Flutter since it provides us with the flexibility of developing the front end for a lot of these OSs, for example, web, Windows, Mac OS, Android, and iPad OS through a single code base. For authentication and storage, we're using Google Firebase since it supports Flutter applications natively through plugins and can also be really scalable in terms of its operations. So this is the technical analysis screen. As you can see, there is live market data that can be shown over here. There is basic company information. There is signals and news, which can be clicked and to actually redirect you to another page. We have our analysis menu, which has our three verticals, as well as the bottom bar, which actually shows you signal updates. So if I click on the bottom bar, we see that there's a possible trigger analyze for Tesla short, and I can actually click over here and actually go to the Tesla page to actually analyze the signal. Our fundamental analysis page actually provides you with basic company information, the recommendation holding, the sector analysis and company comparison based on alternate data, as well as outlook and valuation. Our social media analysis actually checks two social medias, for example, Reddit and Twitter, and it provides you with the score of mentions, negative mentions, positive mentions, and actually provides you with the date till which the data has been measured. So therefore, thanks for paying attention, but now let's start with the demo. So let me start off by starting off our backend. So I started the data server. Then I start off the analytical server. And lastly, I start the data API. So as you can see that the data API and data server, everything is projecting. So as you can see, the server I started is waiting for clients. So I've already activated the front-end interface. So let me just refresh it so that it detects it. Now let's say if I enter my login details, I see that the fields have started to being populated. I see my watch list over here. I see my portfolio value over here. As you can see, I get my signals and news according to what my portfolio, as well as some recommendations for the stocks that I'm holding. If I click over here, I can see my holdings. So for example, I can get more details about what I'm holding. My watch list, I can create a watch list in the interface, as well as change the currency over here. If I want, I can do USD, SGD, INR, but let's keep it as USD for now. So lastly, if we go to markets, we can actually do research about this. So we have, with the markets that we're covering right now is United States, Hong Kong, and United Kingdom. So as we can see, the stocks that we currently support are in United States, these many. So if I click on, let's say, Apple, I see the live market data over here. We see the signals and news. So for example, if I want to see the news, I can click over here and I'm automatically redirected to the page. I see the recommendations. If I'm holding, let's say, Apple stock, then what stock I can also buy. And it shows me the similarity score as well over here. I get the company information over here, as well as the three verticals and an overview of the fundamental analysis. So for example, if I click on fundamental analysis, then I can see the company snapshot, the buy rating, as well as the fundamental score, the sector analysis, innovativeness, insight sentiments, earning reports, and all of this is comparing to the average, industry average. We see the outlook as well as the valuation. Similarly, the social sentiment score, as you can see, the score for Apple and Reddit is higher because the positive mentions or negative mentions has been calculated. Similarly, once we go back, we see that one trigger has been found. So I click on it and I see that inverse head and shoulders pattern has been detected in Google. So therefore, maybe Google might be having 2 or 3 patterns detected. So therefore, if I go to Google and I click on technical analysis, I see that, okay, so lastly, head and shoulders pattern was detected in Google from 2021-23 to 2021-23. So I can actually analyze that score and actually get more information on those metrics. For example, open, high, price, low price, and all. And I can actually zoom in if I want to get more information about the volume as well. And lastly, if I want to, let's say, log out from the platform, I can click on log out, and then I come onto the home screen where I can again log in as another user. So thank you so much.